This is a Kukri Crimson Web, but it's not just any Crimson Web, it is StatTrak. And on top of that, it is also factory new. Not only that, but it's also a 0.0666 float, and if you flip it around to the inspect side, it has 2 real webs. Now this knife is extremely rare. There's only 2 StatTrak factory new Kukris in existence, and I now own one of them. So today I'm gonna be yapping about why these skins are so rare, and I'll also tell you how I got my hands on this amazing collector's item.
Are you looking for cheap low float skins for trade ups? Check out today's sponsor, Skins Monkey. It's the most convenient trading bot site where you don't have to overpay for low floats. I found this .08 Op Elite build and this .09 M4 Tooth Fairy, and the tradable M4 was delivered to my inventory instantly. If you apply code TECHSAVVY, you get a 5% deposit bonus, and you also get a $5 trading bonus when you start trading. Don't worry if you don't have any skins, just head over to Freebies and you'll find 3 giveaways, all the way up to a gut knife gamma Doppler. So use my link in the description to start finding deals on low float skins today.
So why is this knife so rare, and exactly how rare is it? Well, first of all, the Kukri knife is from the Kilowatt Case. It is the rare special item, and the chances of getting a gold from 1 Kilowatt Case is 1 in 384. On top of that, to get a Kukri Crimson Web out of the 13 different finishes is 1 in 13. To get it in StatTrak, it is 1 in 10. Now, the special thing about the Crimson Web finish is that every single Crimson Web has something known as a float cap. This means that the float doesn't span the full 0 to 1 range, and in fact, it specifically goes from 0.06 to 0.8. If you know anything about floats and conditions, then you'll know that this means that factory new Crimson Webs are extremely rare, because the float range of the Crimson Web only covers a really small slither in the factory new range from 0.06 to 0.07. You might think that the floats are equally distributed between 0.06 and 0.8, but this is in fact not the case. Factory news are even rarer than if they were to be equally distributed. We know what the odds are to get a knife from a case and to get a StatTrak knife because Valve told us when they released the Perfect World client in China, but we've never been told what the odds are to get a factory new Crimson Web. So to find out what these odds are, I had to look up every single Crimson Web knife and find out how many of those are factory new, and it turns out that 1 in 167 of them are factory new. So if you multiply all of those odds together, your odds of getting a StatTrak factory new Kukri Crimson Web from 1 Kilowatt Case is 1 in 8,336,640. Also known as, get ready for this, 0.00012%. So let's try to get one. Unlucky. No, I mean, obviously, I didn't open it, I bought it. Interestingly, I didn't contact the owner trying to buy it, but rather the owner, who actually unboxed it, approached me trying to sell it. This was a regular cash trade, and yes, I am buying skins for PayPal, so if you want to sell your skins for PayPal, direct message me on Discord, and I'll cash you out as soon as possible. Now, because of the rare nature of the skin, at first I was hesitant to just buy it straight up, so I offered to sell it for him, and I'd pay him 85% of whatever I managed to sell it for, with 2,000 of that being up front. For some reason, he didn't really like that idea, so I offered to straight up buy it, and we ended up agreeing on a price. He doesn't have access to Buff, so he asked me if I could get him some skins from Buff, and I got him this combo with a Phase 1 M9 Doppler and Minimal Wear Imperial Plaids, alongside a Minimal Wear Desert Eagle Fennec Fox, and I also sent him some cash to round it up to the value that we agreed on. So that's the story of this StatTrak factory new Kukri Crimson Web, double web pattern, .0666 float. It's definitely the most unique item I've ever owned, but honestly, I'm just glad that the unboxer was able to sell it successfully without getting convinced by a scammer to send it and lose it.